So, have you actually wondered why, during your time as a final year student, when you want to write your seminar or your final year project, your supervisors or your lecturers will actually ask for the total number of students in your class? So, your course rep will submit all the lists of everyone in your class to the lecturers. And what they will do is that they will group you maybe into 25 individuals. Say the first 25 will go to Professor A, the second 25 will go to Professor B, the third 25 will go to Dr. C. So that will be how they will group all the students in your level to different lecturers or supervisors. And then each particular lecturer will supervise the 25 or 20 students assigned to them. But had it been you have a research supervisor, you will be able to work under your research supervisor. Nobody will be able to group you under the first 25 or second 25 because by then you already have a research supervisor that you are working with. So you will not be among the groupings. So in this video, I want to teach you how to secure a research supervisor even as an undergraduate. Now you're in 200 level, you're in 300 level, you're in 400 level. It is not a factor. I will teach you what to do. Now, for you to secure a research supervisor, the first thing you will do is you identify a potential supervisor. Now, for you to identify a potential supervisor, how do you identify a potential supervisor? The first one is you identify the department or faculty of that your supervisor. Now, in the department, let's take for instance, your department is microbiology. So you need to identify, is my supervisor that I'm looking at under Department of Microbiology, or is it under this faculty? Let's take for instance, the faculty we are talking about is Faculty of Biological Sciences. Now, under Faculty of Biological Sciences, we have biochemistry, we have microbiology, we have plant science and biotechnology, we have animal and environmental biology. So let's take for instance, under that faculty, we have four departments. So is my supervisor under one of these departments? The supervisor I want to work under, is he under one of these departments, or is he just on microbiology, which is the department, I'm in currently? The second thing I will do is I will ask senior students. That is what we're doing here, senior students. I will ask senior students, say, hello, senior colleague. What do you think about this man? I believe you worked under him, right? You don't just ask any senior student. You ask a senior student that worked under that your potential supervisor. Maybe that's a senior student that your potential supervisor supervised during his seminar or her seminar, during his project or her project. You ask them, say, okay, how was this particular man? How is it like working under him? What does he like? What does he not like? Try to have a genuine conversation about that particular supervisor so that you get the information and know, your next step. Now, the next thing to do is online research. Of course, you've identified the department, you've had a conversation with your senior student asking about that particular supervisor. Now, you need to do an online research. Online research is, going online, maybe using a research journal, research gate, to look at that your supervisor, look at their research interest. Are their interests focused on cancer biology? Are their interests focused on neurodegenerative diseases? Are their interests focused on food biochemistry? Are their interests focused on enzymology? What are they interested in? The simplest way to do it is get the name of that your particular lecturer. Let's take, for instance, the name of a lecturer is Dr. Anya Abracadabra. So you type their name on, Google, and when you type their name, you begin to see that their research will come out. So you go to their profile, maybe ResearchGate, and then you go to their profile and read their research, like maybe 10 to 15 of their recent publications, and then you see what these particular men are interested in, and then you say, okay, I've gotten what I need. Now, by then you begin to see that you've done the first step, which is what? Identifying your potential supervisor. The next thing is researching their work. Now, this is what I just finished talking here. Explore publications. Remember, I told you that you go to ResearchGate, Google Scholar. You've looked at their first 15 research articles. Try to study them, try to read them. Look at what they're interested in. Look at their research question, look at their research answers. Try as much as possible to get to know what these particular men are interested in. Now, you visit their labs. We are still talking about research their work. When you visit their lab, not every of your potential supervisors have lab. Those that have lab, you visit their lab. Those that don't have, you visit their departmental lab where you usually see them. So you visit their lab, try to have a conversation with some of the students that work under them. Say, okay, how is it going? How is working under this particular man like? Are you getting what I'm saying? So the main thing is try to know the particular man you want to work with. So when you visit their labs, you try as much as possible, which is the next thing here, approach the supervisor. Remember, you've identified your potential supervisor, you've researched their work, you've read their publication, get to know them more. You've gone to the lab, see what they're working on, see the students that work under them. The third one there is approach the supervisor. Now, you can have a direct approach, email communication. Now, when we're talking about direct approach simply means scheduling a visit, scheduling a meeting with your potential supervisor, and then come have a conversation with them. So, okay, sir, I'm interested in your work. I've been able to read XXX number of your publication, and the one that intrigued me most was the one where you talked about, hypoglycemic and hypoglycemia, trying to bring up something that you've read from their publication and say, okay, this one intrigued me most because it is something that I'm very passionate about, and I would like if you can be my, research supervisor while I'm still an undergraduate, be my advisor while I'm still an undergraduate. Don't forget, you might not get the reply immediately. Now, this is where you need to be persistent. I'm coming to this. Now, the second one is email communication. You might not have the time to have a one-on-one conversation with them because most of the time they are usually very, very busy. So you can get their email address, general, institutional, or personal email. Now you shoot them a mail. Shooting them a mail, introduce yourself. Try to introduce in a way that he can remember you, not introducing, I'm one of your students. He has many students. How will he know that you are the one? So you can say, okay, I'm the student that usually answer question. I answered question in your class the other time. Look at something that when you introduce it to him, you'll be able to say, okay, I know this student. So introduce yourself, state your interest. Since you want him to supervise you in your work, you want him to be your supervisor. So state it in that particular, message so that he will be able to understand. And then don't send message continuously, continue back to back to back to back. No. Now, when you send the message, email communication, and then he didn't respond, give it time. Stay up to 7 to 14 days before you shoot another reminder. Are you getting what I'm saying? So being persistent simply means not giving up, all right? Not saying, me, I don't do my part. Continue following up. Are you getting what I'm saying? If you have a direct conversation with him and he has still not replied, give him time. If he still hasn't replied, and then you can meet him again, you can also send a mail. Are you getting what I'm saying? So that you'll be secure here, you'll be secure here. Make sure you do your own part completely. So that is that for the third one. Now, the fourth one is build a strong relationship. Now, let's take for instance, at the end of the day, he has replied and said, okay, I will take you in as my mentee. I will supervise you. We'll work together. You don't just relax. I've gotten a supervisor. Let me relax. Let me sleep. No, you start building a strong relationship. How do you build it? You first of all show enthusiasm. Now, showing enthusiasm simply means, showing that, okay, sir, I'm ready for this. You want to learn more. You want to work more. You want to bring something new to the table. Remember, you told him that, okay, my research interest aligns with yours. Your research interest aligns with mine. You have to show him, not just by talking. So this is when you wake up, climb down from your high horse and start working, start researching, start showing him that you're serious. Show the enthusiasm. You want to learn. You want to be the best. Are you there now? Now be proactive. In addition, I want us to also understand that being proactive is, taking your research work to your supervisor and telling them, sir, okay, this is what I'm currently working on. You don't expect them to be the one to first of all call you. Say, okay, what are you doing now? What is your research work? What are you trying to work on? Being proactive is taking your research work, taking what you're currently doing to them and say, okay, prof, see, this is what I'm doing. How do you think I can better this? I need your suggestion on this. Research supervisor, remember. So now the next one is communicate regularly. Of course, communicating regularly is not, hello, sir, have you eaten? How are you doing? I hope you slept well. I just wanted to check up on you. No, remember, we're talking about research here. I'm not saying that you can't call them to ask how they are doing. Don't misunderstand me, please. You can. But communicating regularly in this particular manner is to show them the progress you're making in your research. Every day, make sure you're adding something to it. Show them the progress. Okay, sir, this is what I've been able to achieve. This is what I've been able to do. And then you see them correcting you, giving you guidance. Supervisor, research supervisor, do not forget. Now, the last one here is be patient and flexible. Most of these particular men here are very, very busy. So you need to be patient. And flexible simply means you don't have to be strong-willed on a particular topic you want to work under. Being flexible simply means you have to, allow yourself to be, turned by the supervisor. That is to say, if you want to work on, let me take for instance, FTIR analysis of, cassava extract. And then he asks you, okay, let's work on GCMS analysis of cassava extract. You don't say, I want to work on FTIR. No, you get what I'm saying. Be flexible. Allow him to, bring in his new idea. Do not forget what you are interested in. That's the main thing. So begin to look at be patient and flexible. Understand time. Most of the time they are busy, so don't actually fuse yourself into what they're doing. So understand when they are busy, understand when they are less busy, adapt to change, just what I said. You understand? Most of the time, the topic you want to work on might not be the topic your supervisor would like you to work on. So adapt to change, allow him to introduce something new. So far as we are still under the confinement of your research interest. So follow these particular procedures, and then you can secure a better research supervisor. If you have any particular question, don't forget to let me know. In my next video, we'll look at a new topic.